Hey, nothing to see here, outsider.
Nothing to see here, outsider.
All right, welcome everybody. I'm Crimson, and I'm going to try to teach you as best as I can how I got both Tale of Two Wastelands to work using the Wildcard Wabbajack playlist, and then everything else I did to get this to work stably. Right? You guys have been asking me about this for a while, so I figured we should tackle this on, and I'll do my best to explain all of this. So let's start from the top. This is the playlist, and this is the Nexus page. Make sure you go over the minimum requirements, please. You need an i5 minimum, 16 gigs of dual channel RAM. I mean, you need an old CPU, old GPU. All you need is basically an SSD and something that can run a modern game. In my case, I have an i9 and 32 gigs of DDR5 and a 5070. So this runs like a charm. Okay. You need 150 gigs of space for this. Both games, legal copies. So Fallout 3, Game of the Year Edition. Well, New Vegas, Game of the Ultimate Edition. Right? Preferably through Steam because they're easier to handle. You also need a Nexus mod account and the premium subscription, because otherwise you're going to be here downloading 1400 mods and you don't want to do that. Make sure you go and update all of these: Visual C++, DirectX runtime libraries, .NET Framework 4.8, and your GPU drivers. You also need an archiving tool, so a compression tool, so either 7-zip, WinRAR, whatever you want. That's basically the starting part. So now we need to do a couple things. Gonna work from the top. So the first thing that the instructions say is that you should go to your root directory where you want to put this thing on. In my case, will be in my gaming SSD. From here, you want to make a folder called Modlist. And here, you want to make two folders. One that's the wildcard that you want. So in this case, would be TTW wildcard. And here there should be a folder that instead of setting utility subs, it should say Wabbajack. Just make sure those two folders exist, and you're good to go. All right. Once you do that, you want to make sure that you go through your antivirus and set up these exclusions, so that way you don't have any issues with administrative rights. Then you want to go and click here on the Wabbajack downloader. That will send you to the Wabbajack website. You download this. It will show up as an exe. Just like this. You launch the exe and it will generate a folder. In my case, it's the 4.05.1. Right? Do not touch anything else. Then you are going to go ahead and install both Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas onto Steam. So you want to go Steam, right? You do the Steam installation like normal, and they both should be right here. One thing you want to do is, before you do anything else, you want to launch the launcher, or both. This way will generate your INIs, so that way you have your ini files, right? You want to do that for both before you do anything else. Once you have gotten that, right, we are basically set in regards to that. Now you can start installing Wildcard. So to do that, we are going to go to the Wabbajack folder. It will look very messy and confusing like this. This is all in alphabetical order, so you scroll all the way to the end. Yeah. Wabbajack exe. Once you launch this, it will give you the actual program. And then you can go from the scroll down menu and select Fallout New Vegas. Typically, it will show up like this, and you only see 4 or 5 of these. You want to press non-featured, and all of them should show up. In case you guys can't see here, and let me minimize this, there will be 2 versions. There will be the FNW Wildcard and the Wildcard TTW. This is obsolete. Do not use this. This is a big no. This is what you want. Click on this. You download it, right? This is all the mods that it has, and also the README is just the website that we've been reading. You download this. This will go straight onto here, just onto your Wildcard folder. That's where it will install, and that will put everything there: your mod organizer, all your profiles, and then you're basically good to go there. Now, once that is done, the one thing that I recommend, and also the installers recommend, is to make a clean copy of New Vegas, so nothing, in case anything wrong or something happens, you can recover it. So what you want to do is go to Commons, right, on your Steam, take your entire Fallout New Vegas folder, all of this, you copy it, and then you go to you generate this folder called no delete stock New Vegas, and you paste everything there. That's all you gotta do. That way, it's completely isolated. After you do that, right, you can launch Mod Organizer 2. and it will look something like this, right? It'll say fmv.wildcard, or it'll say whatever profile you have. You go here, you configure game settings. So this will let you switch the graphical settings, right? That small window, like the launcher for Fallout 3 New Vegas. That's what you will see there. Besides that, you can go to settings. You want to go to path, and you want to change your manage game to that no stock New Vegas. So that way, any changes only go to that, and your Steam copy is completely fine, right? Cool. The other thing you want to do before you consider installing Tale of Two Wastelands is you want to go to the profiles. You want to find a profile that you want to read about each of these profiles, right? Because they're all different. And you want to pick one and copy it, and that's going to be your Tale of Two Wastelands profile. In my case, I took the Vanilla Plus, Casual, and VR mode. What this means is the Vanilla Plus option of the Wildjack playlist is the casual settings, so non-hardcore, and is the NVR, so it uses New Vegas Reloaded. So this is the heavy taxing one. If the heavy taxing one is too much, you have to use the performance mode. Make sure all these are checked before you copy it, and you're good to go, right? And then that will generate this right here. So now you have everything essentially set up to run Tale of Two Wastelands. There's only a few things that you have to take into account now. The first thing is all the stability stuff that was suggested. So if we scroll down, right, you can do all of this now. Up to here. You can do the BSA decompressor, which is on the same folder right here on modding tools. It's right here. It comes included on the download. Run that, and the 4 GB patcher as well comes included. Once you have these ready, you can start doing basically the rest. You don't want to start doing New Vegas Reloaded until you have your Tale of Two Wastelands installed. So that's the next step. To do that, you have to find an installer for Tale of Two Wastelands that is 3.4 or below. If you guys want to have this, I can more than gladly send it or put it on a Google Drive. But this is the install. So this will open up, and it will ask you where the 2 copies are, right? So leave them as standard, and you have to browse where you want this to go. You can put it anywhere. It will be about 20 gigabytes. It will be a compressed file. You want to make sure you know where it is. You press run. This will take maybe 45 minutes to about 3 hours, depending on your CPU. Once that is done and you have that RAR file, you want to go to your mod manager, and also over here in your mod list, and you want to go to mods. You want to make a folder that says no delete Tale of Two Wastelands. You want to do it under the mod folder, otherwise this is not going to work, right? You want to just leave that folder alone. Then you want to go in here and you want to go to install mod. This will open up this window. It will only take compressed files. Find your Tale of Two Wastelands file and dump it and follow the instructions to dump it exactly on that same folder we just made, which is Modlist, TTW Wildcard, mods, and then no delete Tale of Two Wastelands. You drop that there, and then it should install, and it should pop up like this, right? You guys see that blue? When I click that, that's everything that is being touched upon by it. When you do that, on this right side, which is your plugin side, you want to make sure that these are in this exact same order. So if I pull this up real quick, I have a PDF that you guys can take a look at. You want to sort them like this, exactly as shown. The way to do this, if you go to your mod manager, put this over here, say I want to take a look at this one, you right click it, right? Then you go to send to, and then priority. This will let you put a priority number corresponding to the numbers right here. Once it goes to the right spot, the option below it says unlock or lock load order. Click that. keep it locked. You want to do that for everything in the Fallout 3 section. So 3 Anchorage, the Pit, Broken Steel, Point Lookout, Seda. Also, there should be an ESM now called Tale to Wastelands. You want that, and you will also want Yup TTW. Those are the only things that you want marked, right? Now, going back to this, now that you have this up and running, you have to disable these plugins. Disable these. To do that, you go down to over here, and you can type whatever you want right here. This is a search function. Find all these, unclick them. Find all these, unclick them. Then, the last thing that you have to do is download a few more things, and you're scotch free. The first thing you want to download is the TTW NVSE. This is needed, necessary to run Tales to Wastelands. You want that. The Character Kit Remake TTW Face Gen. If you play without this, there will be green outlines on the faces of your characters. You don't want that. Get rid of that. Just install it. TTW 3.3 Project Nevada Super Mutant Weapon Fix. Kind of self-explanatory, but you kind of need this. And finally, you should change your Desert Weather New Vegas to the TTW version. In addition to that, you need one more thing. Once you have generated all of this, right, and you have this almost ready to go, you can't launch it yet because you need a specific INI. That INI goes in Profiles. Now there should be a folder with your new profile, right, that you generated. In my case, Fallout Ultimate Tale to Wastelands. This Fallout custom file should have just New Vegas values. You're going to change it, and I'm going to put the entire text down below. You need to put this on. Replace the entire thing with this. This is your TTW INI. You can leave it as custom because it's isolated to just that profile in particular. But this is what you're going to need. This is what is needed for Tales to Wastelands to launch properly and not crash. Now that you have all of that, you have pretty much installed everything. All you got to do now is do New Vegas Reloaded. You go to the Discord and you download and follow the instructions. If you want to use the version that you see on YouTube and you're seeing me play with, it's called Hikokimori. I'm going to link it down below. It's up to you to use it. It is very, very GPU heavy, and it will make your GPU cry. I recommend you doing the base address randomizer and deleting the DXVK caches. I also recommend downloading the Reba Turner Statistics server. This is phenomenal. It's helping a lot. Download Reshade as well. This goes hand in hand with New Vegas Reloaded. They're like companions, but they are very, very heavy on your GPU. If you don't want to use any of this, you're more than welcome to just use performance mode and skip what I'm saying. Lastly, I would suggest using lossless scaling. It's an upscale program through Steam. It's $7, but I have never had this entire mod drop below 70 FPS ever with this. Actually, not even below 80. So it is an incredible piece of hardware. But with that, yeah, you should be able to run everything. And then, yeah, you should have everything ready to run, and you should be able to launch it and be able to choose whether you start from the Capital Wasteland or the Mojave Wasteland. Next, on the next section, I'm gonna show you guys some of the mods that I have added in to enhance the experience, since I played this game for God knows how many times already. So enhanced experience, more content, unique weapons, and even expansions. So just hold on for a second, and you guys will see that after a bit of the showcase. Okay, this last section is entirely optional, but I want to show you guys some of the mods that I have chosen to enhance my Tale of Two Wastelands experience. Before we start, I want to show you guys that I want to remind you guys that the limit here is 255 plugins. That's max. You cannot have more than that. So if you go over 255 or are at 255, your game will crash. Keep that in mind when you're looking at mods. Some mods are ESP-less. That means that they don't count towards here and are only mostly textures. Please keep in mind when you're modding your game what your limit of plugins is. With that said, for my personal takes, TTW Quick Start, so you don't have to spend the entirety of your challenge in Vault 101. You go straight to the front of the vault, where you end up amicably with the Overseer, with Amada, and with Butch. So it's a nice, quick option in case you're in a rush. Main menu redone because I don't like the New Vegas menu playing during Tale of Two Wastelands, so this changes it to a very nice menu that you guys probably have seen on my playthroughs. We haven't seen this one yet, but Benny humbles you and steals your stuff. So yes, he sends you back to level 1. Reset. You can get to reset your perks. You can get it to reset your or your skills, or nothing. And also you can get it to steal or your clothing and your money. So you have options on how you fine tune this. They're very nice, so you don't go into the Mojave super powerful. Atmos ambient sound overhaul, kind of self-explanatory, especially if you have a nicer head of headphones or surround sound. This does make a lot of difference. Like it's very immersive. Unique item overhaul, so it diversifies the items in Fallout 3 primarily to a lot. It's a lot of changes, so it makes the game, feel brand new and fresh. Clean, colorful map icons. So as you guys can see, mine doesn't look like this, but the map markers are very clear and they stand out. New Vegas speech checks, because Fallout 3's speech checks are kind of like messy, and I don't like the percentage-based stuff. So this actually gives you like a number on your skill that you need, just like New Vegas. LOD overhaul, so you can see very, very far. And this is very, very nice to see in Fallout 3 because you can look all the way into Washington, D.C. Speaking of the great D.C. interior overhaul, this is incredible. This is one of the best mods for Tale of Two Wastelands. It will change a lot of the interiors in the game, make them more detailed. So better lighting, everything. Unique items, this is particularly for New Vegas. 16 new weapons. I like this one a lot. DuPont Circle interiors proper conversion. This adds more interiors to DuPont and downtown areas of DC that are unnamed. So now you have more exploration to do. Very, very fun. Simple maps. So this is kind of like how my maps look. Very, very streamlined, very, very straightforward, and with the icons being colored. So I can tell exactly where I'm going. Miscellaneous content restoration, both primarily for New Vegas, but also for Fallout 3. 3D NPC bundle. So this was an expansion that released throughout time, but then it was compiled. That's 15 quests and 8 companions to the Capital Wasteland. And I also put the New Vegas version, which adds 5 quests and 3 new companions to the already massive amount of phenomenal companions that you get in New Vegas. Dialogue and interaction expansion overhaul. Depending on your skills and your intelligence or your charisma, you will have like different options. Some being like really snarky, which I kind of like, so I put this on my thing. An older mod, but a very fun one that I remember way back in the 2010s. World Pain for Fallout 3, which is with its revision, Sweet Pain, so it makes it brings it more in level to not get murdered at early levels. Also, A World Less Pain, which is a revision for the New Vegas version, alongside the Sweet Pain revision. So now basically the entire thing has World Pain. Now, also, in addition to all of this, I have added DLC size expansions. Yes, you heard me right. There are some DLC size expansions. The very first one that I saw that I was very interested in because of the backstory of it is Alton, Illinois. This was a mod for Fallout 3 that was made by a 16-year-old who lived in Alton, Illinois at the time. Now the guy is like in his 30s singing. He actually does mods for Fallout 4. It's actually kind of cool. But this was his first mod. He had volunteers for the voice acting, and obviously it's a 16-year-old directing, and not gonna say the story's gonna be robust. But the effort that was put into this, it got it translated into a Tales to Wastelands version with upscaled voice acting and whatnot. So we'll see how this goes. This I am very excited to take a look at. This is just for Fallout 3, so this you can access from close to Rivet City. Then, for Fallout New Vegas, we have 2 DLC-size expansions. First is Dry Wells. This came out in August of 2024. This dev team did basically a miracle. This is all entire cut content that kind of elaborates a little more on the Legion and their operations over in Arizona. So we'll be looking at this. And also, right before I was done, the Long 15 dropped. So this is another DLC size expansion going west to the side of the, back to the California side on the Long 15, the Interstate 15. So this is also cut content that the same team as Dry Wells put together. So I am taking a guess that my game is going to end up looking at least locking like 250 to 300 hours by the time we're done. So who knows? But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the outro, and I hope you guys decide to check out some of these mods. All right. And until then, I will catch you guys in potentially the next showcase. Bye.